And we're live. Well, not quite. 3, 2, 1. Now we're live. Right? Yeah, we're good. How are you guys feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Are you ready to go through some super cool things? I sure am. This is the second time I've recorded this. Little bit of a disclaimer. So let's hope I don't miss anything from the first time. Welcome to the bridge. So the first thing we have here is, or the first thing we're gonna talk about is the post on January 11th at 3:36, post 2670. In reference to post 2653, history of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, appointed by Bill Clinton. And that just goes on talking about Ruth Bader. And then today we have, at what point is this mathematically impossible? The very next day, Red Castle, Green Castle, public access to Intel, Q. So once again, Q's on point. The greatest thing about this is that this is, pun intended, a trump card. If anyone starts bringing Q as an argument against this stuff, then you can so easily just bring it up and be like, well, yeah, we have reference posts of things working out the way he says they're going to work out, or they say it's going to work out, whoever, whatever it is. Did I read that part? Because at 5:15 another post came in, and it's like, if a woman is selected as nominee, does that nominate the wrap-up smear re-sexual assault? What other tactics might be planned to block and or force name removal? Why is the Senate important? Who controls the Senate? I am the Senate. 53:47. Enjoy this. Enjoy the show. Q. So there's that. That came in. That was 2 days ago now, essentially. And now today, brand new posts. Woo! Let's see what's happening. D-House focus on POTUS equals insurance extension from Mueller to House. GJ testimony underway in several states. Attempts to block protect themselves will fail. Far beyond political corruption, sedition. Law governing removal of a sitting Congress MW senator, question mark. I'm not sure what MW means. Lights on. Q. So I'm gonna look at this really quick. Yeah. Because eventually it becomes so obvious. Like, it becomes so obvious that you cannot, like, people are gonna start calling other people out, like, just in every day-to-day life for lacking in information where there should be information. It's just gonna start to be so blatantly nonsensical. And at that point, we're gonna get huge awakenings, because it's like, what the fuck are we doing here if nothing is getting accomplished, you know? But things are getting accomplished now, finally, and it's because we're getting tired of all this shit. But you know all that, so do I. Anyway, we got another post that came in today at 2 o'clock, almost 3 o'clock. In reference to this post, top it says number 387. I don't know if that's the post, the actual post 387, but you can find that up there. Just goes on about how all this money, all this taxpayer money just fucking vanishes. And it's like, oh yeah, you know, it happens. And It's like, why is no one questioning the loss of all this fucking money? But anyway, just kind of talking about that stuff, and then at the very bottom, he's like, fake news, control over those who do not think for themselves, limits exposure of truth. D party con. Q. 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 And that's all the posts for today. Let's go through. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything, because that would suck. How you guys feeling? Oh yeah, so before all this, we had on the 11th at 3:27, awaiting VIP arrival. What senior U.S. official is arriving in China? Purpose? Q. And we got a picture of an airport. All sorts of people doing all sorts of things. Looks pretty casual, but we're getting knowledge that someone very important is going to China. I'm gonna look that up right now because we have the time. So let's fucking do it. U.S. officials in China. Well, I'm not getting too much on this right now, except for we got a lot of cyber threats coming in at us, but that's kind of, that's at the US. I haven't heard too much about China targeting Canada. There is a trade war. That's fun. That's always healthy. Is this man the busiest local government official in China? I don't think we care. Why is the US-China dispute? What? That doesn't make any sense at all. A US-China dispute is also so much more than a trade imbalance. I don't know. That just feels like a loaded question to me. Let's look at this one at VOA News. Is that how you say that? We're gonna go with it. Oh, hey, this guy. Bill Priestap. Oh, yeah, I've heard of this guy. He's in China right now. Assistant Director of the FBI Counterintelligence Division, testifies in Washington, D.C. Oh, no, he's not in China. Priestap said China posed the most severe counterintelligence threat facing our country. I mean, I would say that's in your own backyard myself, but you might have a point there. He's like, this is the most severe counterintelligence thing in our history today. Bill Priestap, Assistant Director of the FBI's Counterintelligence Division, told the State Judiciary Committee on Wednesday, we need an even broader response, he said, warning that U.S. actions to date have not been adequate. What hangs in the balance is not just the future of the United States, but the future of the world. The future of the world is hopefully a future without media, or television, or video games. Hopefully we'll all start to see the value of hanging outside a little more. Maybe having a mushroom here or there. Might put a chill pill on things, you know. Oh yeah, Huawei Chief Financial Officer Ming Wanzhou I can't was picked up in Canada and is free on bail as she awaits possible extradition to the U.S. on charges of fraud involving U.S. sanctions against Iran. Was picked up in Canada. Is free on bail. Yeah. I heard about this a while back. And I think some people were wondering why she was let out so easily. I don't know the specs behind that, so we're gonna have to see if that turns up again anytime soon. If anything, I think if anything bad came of it, it was probably just to shine a light on the legal system. So I mean, I'm not terribly worried. What we do at the Justice Department is law enforcement. We do not trade. Gemmers Benjamin. We are not a tool of trade when we bring the cases. So then why was there a trade made? If I'm understanding that correctly, it seems like a counter-statement. Our economy is built on a common fabric of cross-cutting systems. To our adversaries, including China, this is a vast web of interconnected targets. Chris Krebs, Director of Homeland Security, Cyber Security and Infrastructure Security Agency, told lawmakers Wednesday. Marriott hacking. I'm curious still to hear about why there was a fire that just fucking erupted on the top of Google headquarters. Isn't that interesting? Also, apparently, the Yellow Vests in Paris, last I heard, are trying to target banks now. I don't know how they're trying to plan that one out. I mean, are you just gonna fucking destroy the place, or do you have like some sort of tactical plan that you're working out? I cannot even imagine. Man, shit is heating up every day. Yeah, FBI's priest. Maybe he's in China. Maybe he's in China. I have no idea. It's not really. I'm sure we'll hear the after effects on the news somehow. I'll throw on the notifications on my phone here really quick, or find out super quick before we close out, because you know, you might as well work. Thank you. Aquaman tops Dark Knight with 1 billion. What the fuck? What universe does Aquaman top the Dark Knight? What in the actual planet? What the... Oh, that actually hurts my brain a little bit. Put a bad taste in my mouth. Canadian air traffic controllers sent pizzas to U.S. Huh. Huh. Sent pizzas to someone. Why is that news? I'm sorry, what the fuck? Why is that news?